Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nocturnal Frequency, either the podcast where I bring on MCTVers or MCRPers, depending on the community that you are in, and talk to them about certain topics. And today, I have a very special guest. Today we have Izumi, the creator of the MCTV network Discord. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Izumi or Izumi Annalisa. I created the MCTV network Discord. Very fun. I have been doing Minecraft roleplays since I was 11 years old. I'm now 20, so I've been doing them for about 9 years now. I just wanna really get information on how to make roleplays out there. Hence why I made the server. But we'll be diving more into that, I'm assuming.
Oh, most definitely. But first, let's get to know you. So, some of the starter questions I like asking guests that I bring on the show. So, what is and we actually talked a bit about this before you joined, What is the first MCRP that you ever watched?
Literally just finished talking about this. We should have waited. We should have just kept the content. But no. So I first got into Minecraft roleplays, like watching Minecraft roleplays. First, I didn't say this before. I'm gonna throw you for a little loop real quick. I also watched Dan TDM a lot, and like his mod reviews where he would have very light role playing through the mod reviews, because there was the whole Dr. Treora stuff. So I grew up when I was really little watching that. And then when I was about 8, one of my friends introduced me to Minecraft Diaries, and this is literally it was halfway through season 1 coming out, which was technically season 2, but we're not going to get into that nitty gritty of technicality, because that's a whole other thing. But it was the Minecraft Diaries we know today as Minecraft Diaries. I found it halfway through season 1, and I fell in love because I was already playing Minecraft. I was always a creative builder. I would build on my little iPad. I was a little iPad kid. I would build buildings and cities and medieval towns and stuff, and I'd renovate villages and stuff on my iPad on Minecraft. And then when I found this creator, I was like, how does she tell these stories? Is this a mod where it sets up all these things? And then I really dove into the deep end of learning about it. And so kind of Dan TDM, but mainly AFMAO was my first introduction into Minecraft roleplays. Yeah.
Now, would you say that turned into inspiration for any of your current works, or would you say that left a little while before that?
So, my first ever Minecraft roleplay I released when I was 11, and it was called The Legend of Trinity. I know, crazy, right? And it was if you took Legend of Zelda and Minecraft Diaries and they had a baby. That was kind of the vibe of the series. Yeah.
Writing it down. But this whole podcast is an elaborate scheme to steal people's ideas.
I see. No, not my grand scheme that I came up when I was 11 about. That was just literally episodically written. I had no overarching ideas. But yeah, so that was my first ever series. So that was heavily inspired by Minecraft Diaries. Nowadays, because I took a brief break from Minecraft roleplays when I was 15, 16. I took a 2-year break from Minecraft roleplays and YouTube in general during that time period. And during that, I wiped my channel. So I don't have my first roleplay anymore, sadly, which really it makes me sad, because it was I have the thumbnail still. I have it on a USB. So I at least have that. I have the thumbnail of my first ever video, and it did really well, but it was because it was the prime time of Minecraft roleplays. So it just got picked up into the algorithm because everyone was watching Minecraft roleplays at that time. And then I started a Minecraft high school series, who would have thunk? And that wasn't really inspired by anyone's specific Minecraft high school series. It was just literally I was a kid who thought high school seemed cool, and so I made a series about me being in high school. And that one, I at least still have the videos. I just re-uploaded them to another channel. But I sadly don't have a lot of my first videos. But when I came back, I came back with very little inspiration from other people and just kind of started telling stories that I wanted to tell, but just happened to be in Minecraft. So it kind of evolved during the break to be more just like feeding my heart rather than like trying to recreate something that someone else made.
Yeah. Which is honestly extremely respectful considering the amount of role plays that are directly inspired or just straight up copied.
Yeah, that is fair. That is very fair.
But yeah. Nah. Yeah, no, I remember. See, I had a high school series, past tense. It never got released. So it was like called Ravencroft High, which I plan on reusing that name for something in the future, but it was not very original. It was extremely convoluted plot-wise. For some reason, from what I remember, it had some overarching plot lines of like actual seriousness in a high school. And like at some point I just canceled it because I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
It's fair.
Like, this is stupid.
Yeah. No, I get you. I feel like high school role plays, it's a very fine line between like, are you doing something that like is fun and like you enjoy doing, or are you just kind of making it because like it's what you're like, oh yeah, people make that, so I should make that, you know? Because like when I first did the Minecraft High School series, it was definitely because I was just like, oh, people make Minecraft High School series, I could make a Minecraft High School series. Like, it was just like, oh, they can do that, I could do that probably. And it did really well. It's like, it's the reason I have the amount of subscribers I have. Like the majority of my subscribers came from that series. It ended up having like 300,000 views. Again, it's no longer up, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. I took it down in a depressive episode, but you know, it's always gonna be there in my heart.
But the views.
I know, right? I know.
When you get monetized, if you get monetized, that video will be making you bank.
Millions of dollars, because obviously that's how YouTube works.
To be fair, that's the reason why I keep old videos up on my channel that I don't like anymore, because I know, like, eventually people will be like, huh, how did this channel start out?
Yeah.
And we'll go to watch those older videos.
That's why I miss those first videos, is because like I wish people could see how much I've changed. And people can, but you had to do more digging because I re-uploaded them to like a random channel that's called the Izumi Archive, just so that I had some of them, but I didn't have all of them. I don't have my first ever video. I'm like, oh, why didn't I save my first ever video? Like, that's like the one that I really wish I had still. But hey, message to everyone, if you want to delete your videos, don't. Just private them. Just private them if you really don't want people to see them. Yeah, exactly. Because if you delete them, you'll never get them back. Like, literally.
Yeah, no.
But, yeah.
Be honest. How bad was your mic quality?
Oh, it was awful. Days? It was awful. I was using my dad's headset microphone. He had, like, a really old Turtle Beach headset. And I just stole that from him. And then used that. And I think that it honestly, I don't know if I knew how to properly like select my mic. It might have just been recording through like my laptop, my old gaming laptop. Like, this is the basic microphone. And I wouldn't have known. But I thought I looked cool with the headset. And I was 11. So.
See, I had something worse. Do you want to know what my old mic was?
What was it?
It was an old karaoke mic that I got from a Five Below.
Oh no! Oh no!
And that video where it's used is still up on the channel.
Everyone go watch it. Go watch it right now. Go watch it.
Oh, please do. Give it some views, man.
Yeah. Comment down below that you love his microphone quality in that video.
If we reach 1,000 subscribers after this video, I'll find that mic. I know it's somewhere in storage.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
I'll do a stream with it.
I still have my first ever laptop that I made my channel on because it's like nostalgic to me still. It doesn't work. Like, it like is really bad now. I think the battery broke in it, and so it like doesn't turn on half the time. But I still have it. I'm like, that's the one thing I'm nostalgic with is like technology. Like, oh, this was my first ever phone, or oh, this was my first ever laptop. Like that kind of nostalgia. I don't know why.
I'm nostalgic. for TV shows and, like,
Okay.
movies, and then, like, gaming consoles. Because I still have my first ever console, which was a Wii.
Oh. Wii's a good one. That was my first ever, like, that was one of my first introductions to, like, gaming, was, like, a Wii. Which is fun.
Wii's are good.
Wii's are great. I miss Wii's.
Yeah. Yeah, Nintendo Switches, what are you doing? Get the Wii back.
Give me my Wii or give me death.
Back on the topic, though. So I mentioned that you were the creator of the MCTV network. What inspired you to make it? Was it to be better than the MCRP community server that exists?
Okay, I didn't know that existed. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't know that existed when I created the MCTV network. So I was just getting asked a lot of questions in my live streams. I film a lot of behind the scenes for my current Minecraft roleplay Internet Crush. And in those behind the scenes streams, I would get a ton of comments being like, hey, I'm getting into Minecraft roleplays. What mods do you suggest? Or what shaders do you suggest? Or how do I find voice actors? Or how do I voice act? And I was like repeating these answers again and again. And I was like, what if I just made like a place where I just put all my resources and people can also add their own? And so I made it, and I recruited a couple of my friends to moderate it and stuff. And then it was brought to my attention by one of them. They were like, hey, like, I'm glad you're making this. Like, this is a great idea. But you do know there's already a server that does this kind of stuff, right? But he was like, it's different, though. You know, it's like, it's MCTV network is a very different vibe from what he said. I haven't been on the other one, but.
I have been on it. I can confirm. I will say this, most unbiased.
Okay.
Your server is more helpful.
Oh, well, I love to hear that it's a helpful server. So thank you.
Because the other server, I think the only thing the other server has over yours is that at least like some of the advertising stuff is a little bit better in terms of like some people don't spam stuff there.
Yeah,
but
I get that. I get that critique fully.
Like, that's probably, like, the only, like, that's, like, probably the only upside is just, like, a lot of people don't spam stuff there. But outside of that, like, that server doesn't really have a place where people can go to for mod suggestions. It doesn't really have a place for, like, shader recommendations.
Which is the main thing I wanted from it. Advertising was a second thought for me. That's why it's less fleshed out. And so the first and foremost thing that I wanted to make sure that the server had, that I felt like if I was 11, 11-year-old me trying to get into Minecraft roleplays, I would have had the resources I need to get started, without having to scavenge through like random Reddit posts and like comment sections of YouTubers and stuff to try to piece together how do they have people in their game that aren't people, like all these things. And so that was my main thing, is I just wanted it to have as many resources as possible in one place, and for people to be able to just be like, hey, I need this thing. Does anyone have any idea if that exists in a mod already? And people being able to be like, oh yeah, it's this mod, or no, that doesn't, but that's a great idea. Like I wanted the community of being able to help each other and lift each other up, and I wanted to kind of dismantle a lot of the gatekeeping and gaslighting kind of vibe that I'd experienced a lot from people in the community years and years ago.
That still happens to this day, I'm gonna tell you.
That's kind of why I made the server as well. Is like I really wanted to start building a community that is built on, you cannot do that here. That is not allowed here.
Honestly, the one thing I do love about your server is, especially compared to the other one, in your server, there is actually a sense of community. Like, even though, like... Because here's the thing. Even though occasionally links are spammed, it also isn't, like, the only thing that's typed in there. In the MCRP community server, almost the general chat in there is almost never typed in. It's almost always people just pinging for voice actors or studio applications. Like, there's no real sense of, like, people actually talk to each other and chat there.
Yeah.
It's kind of just one big advertising dump.
Yeah, I get that.
Which, honestly, some people do. Which, honestly, from experience, like from experience, some people will use production servers as advertising dumps and never type there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like
100%.
Like I know for a fact, like at least in my production team, there's at least 3 people who've never typed in the general chat, but whenever they upload a video, they'll post it in promotion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get you. There's people that on my public Discord server especially, that I'm like, I don't see you talking very often, but guess what? You'll always see when their video comes out on the self-promo, which no shame. I get it. No shame.
I get it. No shame.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Like, I get it. Like, to be fair with me, you'll never see me typing that much because I'm more of a VC person.
I get
like,
you.
I think Izumi here can confirm the way I talk is way different from how I typed to them.
That is fair. That is very fair.
Like, tell me, what was your expectation of how I talked when joining in here?
Well, I had heard your voice through mutual friends' videos.
Mm-hmm.
And so I, like, knew of you, and I knew kind of your relative voice. But when you were texting, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know much about this person. All I know is that he's, mutuals with other people I know. And then when we joined VC, I was like, okay, he's chill. Nice. Okay, he's chill. Nice.
Yeah,
I was like, good to know.
The more people get to know me, the more chaotic I become.
As you should. We all should be little chaos gremlins.
Because that is the way I am, where, like, when I first meet people, I'm chill. But as I get comfortable around them, I become more chaotic.
Yes, same. Very much the same.
I don't know why.
There's a gremlin in its enclosure within me that's just craving chaos at all times, and it's gnawing at its enclosure, and just sometimes it slips out.
Canonically, all MCTVers have a gremlin in them somewhere.
Indeed.
Actually, that's a good series idea. The Gremlin Within.
The Gremlin Within. Wow. That is a good idea.
Starring who's a person? Starring Sam Gladiator.
Who's a person?
Who's a person?
Who's a person I can list?
I don't know, man. It's very odd. But yeah, no. Well, honestly, yeah, like, very good inspirations, especially, like, I mean, who knows, some people would make a server like that just to, like, be like, yo, I made this Discord server.
Yeah. And I was like, I hope people don't think that I'm just making it to be like, yeah, I made this Discord server, and so I'm the best person ever. Like, I hope that people didn't think it was, like, me being like, and I'm sure there were some preconceived notions of, like, who does this girl think she is, making this server that, like, she thinks she knows everything. It's like, I don't. It's so people can tell me, because I don't know everything. All I'm doing is giving a platform for people to be able to share what information they have, and I share what information I have, and so hopefully we all gain something from it, Yeah.
I mean, also, that's one other thing where it's, like, people being like, who do you think you are? Or, like, what do you think you know? It's just, like, small creators especially sometimes know more ways of how to do things than ones who've been there longer.
Oh my god, yes. I learned so much. There's an individual that I was chatting with in VC, and then he just started showing me, like, this really cool blockbuster animation stuff he was doing. And I was like, dude, do you do, what's your series called? Like, what are you doing? He's like, oh no, I just learned this. I want to do a series one day, though. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah, no.
And he was, like, teaching me all this, and I was like, you are so talented. Oh my god.
Yeah, like, the talent that exists is, like, because also, so I've had the pleasure to work with some older MCR peers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, their mod packs can sometimes be so out of date. Here's the thing, I don't know your stance on this mod. This is, like, my stance on this particular mod is that, like, there's so many better versions of this mod that exist that it's no longer required.
Okay.
Like, Varied Commodities is a mod that I do not use anymore.
I have never heard of that mod.
It's that mod. Like, do you remember in like some MCRPs where they have that like really blocky looking phone that has like the hole in it, and then like that like iconic like pixely blood block?
The only blood block I can think of is the one from... What is that from? I think it's from... Does DecoCraft have a blood splatter?
No.
No. I don't know what blood splatter I'm thinking of. It might be that one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, here, because it's made by the same person who did MPM and custom NPCs.
Then I probably have came across it in some way, shape, or form in that case.
Yeah. Like, it's a mod. Like, at this point, people use it because, like, it's just such, like, it's like an oldie. Like, it has existed. Like, literally, this is a mod that AFMAO used in MCD Season 1.
Oh my god. Okay, so okay, I know exactly what mod you're talking of. Okay, so in early editions of, like, I'm talking, like, 1.7, of custom NPCs, this was a part of custom NPCs already, and you didn't have to download a separate mod for it, or at least that was my experience with it. It, like, auto-downloaded with custom NPCs for me when I first started doing Minecraft roleplays. And then suddenly all the things from it disappeared and I didn't know where they went. So yes, I do know this mod. I had no clue what its name was though.
Yeah, it just became a separate mod.
Okay.
And
that makes sense.
Because some people are like, oh, but it has the blood blocks, and I'm just like, you can use Blockbuster images to get that.
Or you can literally do like chisel and bits blood splatters if you really want to.
Blood splatter. Then they're like, but all the weapons. There's so many good weapon mods.
There are very good weapon mods. I recently have kind of been diving more into mods because when I started, I had such a shitty laptop that all I could run on it is custom NPCs, more player models, and I genuinely think that was it in the beginning. I tried to run Biomes of Plenty on it and it crashed my game. I tried to run DecoCraft and it would lag my game ridiculously. Like, if you saw my first ever roleplay, I literally had to have my render distance all the way down, and it was like literally still like every there was probably like 3 frames a second. Like, that is how glitchy it was. How did that get 90,000 views? I don't know. But like that was my introduction. And so I figured this all out very like I didn't have any friends in the community. I've always been very outside the community. And I think that's why me creating the MCTV network, I was so happy when people found a sense of community within it. And why that was so important to me is because I wish I would have had more of a community in the beginning that wasn't so intimidating. And that wasn't so either you are one of us or you're not a part of the community at all. And that's why one of the rules on the MCTV network is literally there's no wrong way to make a role play. There's no right or wrong way to do something. It's just based on preference. It's purely based on how you like to make role plays. Because I just started using Blockbuster this past, like, literally Internet Crush, which is about to have its season finale, which I started about a year ago. That was my first ever role play using Blockbuster. I know, I'm very late to the game of Blockbuster. I used to just record every character individually, and if there were multiple characters on screen, I'd use custom NPCs, and like it would take me hours longer to record. But I was so scared and intimidated to learn Blockbuster because the tutorials were out of date and I just didn't know anyone else that used it. Like, the only friendo that I had that was in the Minecraft roleplay community was also like me and like outside of the Minecraft roleplaying community and also didn't use Blockbuster. And so it was like this kind of learning curve of I have to accept the fact that I don't know everything, even though I've been doing this for so long. And the way that I do it isn't wrong, though. Like, I can learn new things, but that doesn't mean I have to do it that way if it doesn't work well for me. And that was very important for me to accept, because in the beginning, I definitely felt pressure to do it a specific way, or I was doing it wrong. And so I was like embarrassed to get crew because I felt like if they learned that I recorded differently, that they wouldn't like working with me. And so I didn't even have body actors. I still don't have body actors, but that's just because of personal preference. That's like another thing that like I learned, that I would rather record alone because my brain just moves at a very weird pace. Like it just works better for me to be able to be all over the place when recording. But that was a big part of making the MCTV network, was making sure that people that were new to mods or didn't know anything about mods or knew a lot about mods, but maybe they were really stuck in like, oh, but I have to do it this specific way. I wanted everyone's eyes to be open to the fact that like, or just to be in a space that they feel like they can be more accepting of themselves, to the fact that everyone can do it a different way, and that doesn't mean anyone's specific way they do it is wrong. So
yeah, no, I fully agree, because like I love that specific, like I love that aspect of the community that you've built, because so also for Blockbuster, I started learning it in 2021. Like that's when I started learning it, and I remember during that time as well, I had an MCRP idea, right? And like I brought it to one of my friends, and basically I gave up on the idea I had because the friend I had at the time basically said something along the lines of like, no, the MCRP community doesn't do that type of stuff. We don't do that.
It's speaking for an entire community as if they own it. That's
like,
that's
and like
very close-minded.
Nowadays I'm more open to doing the type of stuff I like.
Good.
I am very much a person who enjoys two genres. I love murder mysteries and I love comedies.
I love murder mysteries and comedies. Those are great.
Like, those are the two genres that I want to consistently try and do on my channel.
Yeah.
And I think, and like the series I'm currently working on, which is a comedy series, and I'm pretty sure I've said on the Nocturnal Productions Twitter that like it'll be heavily making fun of MCRP. But very like in a nice way, because also you can't really make fun of MCRP too much while you're also in it.
Yeah, it's like how much is you just making fun of yourself at that point, you know?
Yeah. Like I enjoy the idea, but I understand that people might not like it. But I'm gonna do it anyway because it's something I want to do.
If it's something you want to do, then that's why you should do it. Exactly.
Yeah, like gods, I don't remember the idea I had back then, and I wish I did. Just be like, hey, hey, person who told me I shouldn't do this, fuck you.
Yeah, that is genuinely, okay, not to be toxic or anything. This isn't toxic. This is just like a funny little thing that it really does fuel me sometimes. When people shit on what I do, when people make fun of things that I like or say that I'm not going to amount to things, it just makes me want to do them more. It just makes me like have this like, I need to prove them wrong now. Like genuine, like I have to succeed now, because if I don't, then they're right and I have to prove them wrong. I don't know what it is in me. It's just like the gremlin. It's the gremlin. No, the gremlin coming out.
Spite is one of the best motivators, like, trust me. I would not be where I am right now if it wasn't for spite.
Same.
Sometimes I'm spiteful against myself. Because, like, for my current, for a series that actually, like, just ended on my channel called Skyline, literally, I was spiteful towards myself that series, where I was like, okay, I need to do better than I did in Mythos SMP. I need to do better. And I did better.
Good. That's good.
Spite is a teacher that a lot of people do not tell you is a lovely thing.
Yeah. As long as you don't get lost in it, as long as you remember to, like, still accept that you're human at the end of the day, even if sometimes you want to act like you're a god, which is sometimes fun as well. It's good to, like, it's still good to indulge yourself in a little bit of, like, okay, but I'm going to prove them wrong. Okay, but I'm going to prove myself wrong. Okay, but I'm going to do this even better than anyone thinks I can do it. And that's kind of the driving motivator for a series that is coming up on my channel, Darling Dormitory, because it is the first series where I'm really just letting myself do whatever the hell I want to do with no, like, what if someone doesn't like it? What if it's too much? What if it's too little? What if, like, I'm just like, no, it is what I want it to be, and that's what matters, and I'm going to prove that I can do it the way I want to do it. And that's
everybody
just...
be prepared for a mature rated Azumi series.
Oh, trust me, they've already been there.
What is Internet Crush rated mature?
It's not rated mature. Everything on my channel is like it is uncensored, and I do like allude to things and stuff like that. I try not to be too like overwhelmingly mature with my stuff, but like Charmed Academics is like pretty dark. Murder mystery, romance, enemies to lovers, and like it has like a lot of darker undertones that I would have been terrified to do before. It was my first ever full role play back, and so it was really, that was like a spite series as well, where it's like I need to prove that I'm not, hey guys, it's Izumi, welcome to the channel, you know, like that's not what I am anymore, because that's what I was when I was 11, you know. And I always was like, oh, I'm always going to be in the shadow of 11-year-old me. It's like, why though? Why are you always going to be in the shadow of 11-year-old you? Fucking don't be in the shadow of 11-year-old you. Just don't be there anymore.
Don't do it.
Just be better. Don't be sorry, be better, as God of War Kratos says. That's literally like what was running through my veins. And like they had visual novel aspects, which I was really scared to do. It had art thumbnails, which multiple people told me that's not going to do well. It's like, it doesn't matter. I want them to be that. It's like, I just like it. Like, why can't I do visual art? Also visual novel aspects. Like, huh?
Also, maybe back then that was false, but nowadays...
Yeah, nowadays it's like art thumbnails do better. Like,
like I do screenshot thumbnails mainly just because I do not have the funds to pay one of my artists for thumbnails.
Yeah.
But like art thumbnails nowadays do really well. I can maybe see like if like what year was it?
It was I think it was 2021, which was still like, I feel like still art thumbnails were doing well. And like, I was like, oh yeah, I want to do something different. I want to change it up a little bit. I don't want to do the same copy paste thing I was doing for a long time. I'm looking at my channel real quick to see what year it came out.
Yeah, if it was 2021, I know 2021 was the year of like render thumbnails doing really well. But like I think art ones still did good.
Not Darling Dormitory. Charmed Academics. There we go. Charmed Academics came out. Oh,
that was a you thing?
Yes, Charmed Academics. No, oh, the thumbnail?
No, the Charmed Academics thing.
Charmed
swear.
That series?
Yeah, I swear I saw that one time when I was scrolling through recommended. That
is my series, yes.
Oh, that was you.
Yes.
Apologies, I scrolled past it.
You're fine. It was me finding my footing a lot, so it was very just like me learning series. Okay, it came out 2022, so 2 years ago roughly. And I was creating it. Yeah, I was creating it for a whole year, so that's why I thought 2021, because I started like the art was starting to be made in 2021. But I had multiple people tell me like, that's not going to do well. I was like, that's not why I'm doing it. I do it because I like it. If I was trying to do well, I'd be making like modern AFMAL videos. Like, I just want to make a story. What do you mean? Like, it's very strange to me when people feel like their opinions are like fact. When in actuality, none of us know everything. Like we just said earlier, like no one knows everything, truly.
Yeah. And you actually want to know a pet peeve of mine when it comes to like writing MCRPs? Some writers who I've met, so like they believe that writing you can only abide by very specific rules, and you can never break those rules or else it'll be bad.
Interesting.
And I disagree. Because,
Same.
yes, does writing have rules? To a degree it does.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you cannot break them? No.
No, not at all. As like
Some of the best authors of our time are well known
Yeah.
for breaking rules
exactly.
of writing.
I was literally gonna say, I was like, isn't that what makes like things evolve over time, is doing them incorrectly, then suddenly the new right way to do it, like things changing the way you do things. And like as I said earlier as well, like there's no wrong way to do anything. Like truly, as long as you're not hurting yourself or others, if you're doing it the way you want to do it, that's what matters. Like there's no wrong way to write, there's no wrong way to film, there's no wrong way to really do anything in my eyes personally, as long as you get the result you want. It's like the only wrong way would be doing it in the way that doesn't get what you are trying to get. That would technically be the only, like, quote unquote wrong way. But it's like, even then, you just learn from that and do it a different way, whatever way works best for you.
Yeah.
So.
And on that topic, what is your least favorite MCRP/TV drama?
Oh.
I mean,
like,
and genre. Sorry.
Genre? Okay. I was going to say.
What is your least... We'll get into drama later. That's a good
I was
idea.
like, drama or genre?
What's your least favorite genre?
Okay, so genre, I know, like, this is all, like, again, this is my opinion. So, like, if you like this, if you like a genre that I don't like, that is perfectly fine. There's a reason it's made, because people like it. So even if I don't like it, yes, it's personal preference.
Don't come after us.
Yes. I would probably say, first I'm going to say this. I don't consume a lot of Minecraft roleplays. I make more than I consume. I'm the same way with writing. Like, I've written multiple books, but I don't read too often. I read occasionally. But I would probably say my least favorite genre. Okay. Do I want to do traditional like genre, like of like specific like type of show, or do I want to be more specific of like something that is very unique to Minecraft roleplays as a whole?
Let's go with unique to Minecraft roleplays.
Okay. I'll touch on the other very briefly, but I'll go more in depth on specifically Minecraft roleplays. My least favorite genre is definitely the taking something from real life and just remaking it into Minecraft roleplay. Like taking like the first thing that pops into my head is Yandere High School or FNAF or those types of things. Now, there's a reason they're made. People like them. I just have never really watched. There's only one FNAF roleplay I've watched that I've gone out of my way to watch. And I don't even remember who made it. It was like a really long time ago. And it was good. Like, I really liked it. They didn't finish it, which that sucked. But like, I typically... I kind of stray away from those types of series, or like I think I saw a Spirited Away one a long time ago, the Ghibli film. I'm pretty sure. There's like a bunch of ones that are just like recreations of stuff, and I see why people make them. People like them. People like being able to be like fixated on this specific series or video game and being able to watch other media that's basically fan fiction. You know, at the end of the day, it's just Minecraft roleplay fan fiction. And I'm not a stranger to fan fiction. Like, I loved fan fiction growing up. You know, like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I just personally, I would rather watch the original material or watch a original Minecraft roleplay story versus one that is based on a already existing media.
Yeah. And then obviously, so there's some people who do IP based MCRPs due to like them just wanting to like adapt the world, right?
Yes.
And then obviously there's some people who do it because there's one little thing to heavily admit with MCRP and TV. IP-based series do way better in the algorithm than original-based.
They really do. But then, okay, so this is just a hot take, okay? Hot take with Izumi real quick.
Yeah.
They 100% attract more people up front, but I think it makes it where the audience doesn't want to stay for you because they only came for that. So
that is completely true.
It becomes they come for that content, but they don't stay for the creator. They don't care about the person behind it. Sometimes some people will stay. If the creator has like a really fun personality that is intertwined with the IP, then it's a little different. But it's very easy for it to just become like I watched this roleplay series based on Yandere High School. I don't watch them anymore though. Like it very easily becomes that. Where original stories, it's like, I really like this guy's writing. I really like this person's creativity. And so I'm going to want to watch their other series as well because, it's like when you like a director and so you're like, I really want to watch other things this director has directed. That's kind of the difference with that. And so it's like, I've been so tempted many times to like, what if I just, because like back in the day I wanted to make a Yandere High School series back before my break when I was like 13, kind of that age. I wanted to do a Yandere High School series, and I had already played around with yanderes in another series of mine, but it wasn't like explicitly yanderes. It was like a stalker situation. So I was like, I could definitely do a Minecraft, role play based on Yandere High School. And like I tried it out, never ended up putting it out, and I'm really glad I didn't in the long run because it probably would have brought in a lot of people, but they wouldn't have stayed. And so it would have gotten me, yeah. They would have gotten me in a really weird space.
Chronicles, like they would have seen like the dormitory thing. That's not Yandere. Get out of here.
Yandere. Is this a spin-off of Yandere High School? No, then I don't want it. That would be what happens.
Like, I won't lie. One of the series, so like I mentioned to you earlier off of recording that like GhostyKnees was one of my first introductions.
Yes.
And I have continued to at least like his role plays. He has kind of moved into the AFMAO style content. But, like, I understand why, because his roleplay started to dwindle.
Yes.
In views. But, he did a series where he was doing, like, a very, like, kind of, like, original-ish thing. Mm-hmm. But then Season 2 turned into, like, a spin-off of his old Yandere series. And obviously that brought in old viewers from his from the Yandere series. And I'm just like, I see the move you made. I don't like the move you made. But I see the move you made and it worked.
I see it, and I understand why. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. Yeah.
Because I was like, oh god, why is this a spin-off to the Yandere series now?
Yeah.
Like, my god. Like, I was thrown for a loop.
Understandably so.
Nah. Original content, I will always love. IP-based? Depending on the IP, I can like it. Yeah, and, like, if you genuinely, like, have a love for, like, what you're adapting. So, like, for example...
you can tell when someone's a real fan of what they're doing.
Like, I've talked about my want to... So, like, once I learned how to 3D model, right? Because I don't want to put someone else through the pain that I'm going to make them go through. I want to make a Power Rangers series.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Because I have a genuine nostalgia for Power Rangers and have continued to stay a huge fan, of at least the old stuff. I'm not a fan of any of the new stuff, but that's just because it ain't for me.
You're not the demographic for it anymore.
I ain't the demographic for the new stuff. But, like, I have a genuine love for the franchise from as I knew it, and I want to adapt it in a cool way.
Yeah.
And, God, the 3D models would be awful because of how many would need to be made. Like, that is the only reason it is not happening anytime soon.
Yeah, understandable. Speaking of, like, having things you want to do, but not having the resources or the skill to be able to do it immediately, I want to say this for anyone listening out there that is, because a lot of the people who, know me through MCTV Network know that I'm very much an advocate for you can do anything you put your mind to. Like, you can make whatever roleplay you want to make. Obviously, understandably, if there's certain things you need to learn to be able to do that role play, that's a different situation. But I want to say this to anyone who is an aspiring Minecraft role player, or you want to make a series in general, in any medium really, throw yourself into the deep end and just try to figure it out. That is genuinely some of the best advice I can give anyone, is rather than being like, one day I'm going to make a Minecraft roleplay, make this day one of doing a Minecraft roleplay. Like, start it. Just start doing something for it. Whether it be something really small or something really big. Like, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you will be further along in making that than you were the day before. And
another thing as well. So this is something that I've actually learned from Markiplier.
Oh, I love him! Oh my god, his inspirational videos I watch anytime I'm depressed.
Like, this is a piece of advice that I have taken to heart, and it is another reason I'm not doing Power Rangers immediately. Never do a passion project first.
Oh, that is very true.
Never do a passion project first.
Your heart will hurt. You will
be disappointed later on. Like, if you do one first when you don't know what you're doing, and then later on you know what you're doing, you can't just redo your passion project. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't go down very well.
100%.
Like, you will become disappointed because you did not know what you were doing, and then, like, you've made such better things than the thing you were passionate about.
Yeah, scale down for your first project. Do something that is more attainable for a first project. Something you know you'll probably be able to achieve. Or even if you're like, I don't know if I'll be able to achieve that, something that your heart's not as invested in.
And just know, your first project will never be perfect.
Never.
You can do your best.
Be perfect.
Like, you can try your best, but it will never be perfect because this is another thing I've learned from Markiplier. You learn how to do things better with each project you make.
Exactly.
Like, you may encounter a problem on your second project that you never encountered during your first one.
100%. 100%. I had that kind of situation where I didn't take that advice, and that exact thing happened to me of, like, I did my passion project before I should have done it. And that was Charmed Academics. I now could have made that series a million times better than it was. But I'm going to put that into season 2 because there's a season 2 for the series. So I'm going to put that amount of motivation and drive into season 2. But with hindsight, I wish I would have done something a little bit easier first when coming back to role plays after a long time of not doing them. Because I basically had to relearn how to do things again. I knew the basics, but there were so many new things you could do now. And like, I didn't use Blockbuster. Like, that's like one of the little things that I just didn't do. The best part of that series is the sets. Like, that is my favorite part of Charmed Academics is the sets I built. Because guess what? I'm good at building sets because I built a million sets. Like, that is the thing that I've done for a million projects. Like, that is the thing that no matter how... Like, every project I do that I build sets for, because I normally build original sets for every series. Like, almost all of my series have original sets. And I don't get builders. I literally just spend hours and hours on these worlds building these sets. That's my, like, one of my favorite parts, that and writing. And so that I've already, like, learned again and again and again. But if that would have been if I wouldn't have had that skill still, and I wouldn't have taken my time to make those sets the way they were, that series would have been even worse. So, like, if I would have practiced all those things, like every other aspect of it, on another project before doing that project would have been a million times better. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't do a passion project. You should still be passionate about what you're doing, because if you're not passionate about it, then, like, you're going to lose motivation to do it. But it's a matter of, like, understand the scale of your project and how much work it's going to take to make it happen, and scale back if you need to, rather than just throwing yourself into doing something that realistically you could do a lot better in a couple months if during those months you were doing a different project that's smaller and easier to to be able to make.
Like, again, I I have outside of Raven's Point, I have a secret project that I've like dropped the name of before, where it's like called Blood Spilled Game Over.
Ooh.
It's been a project that I've been working on for years. I have rewritten it so many times. Like, do you want to know when I made it? Like, when I first made it?
Yeah.
2019.
Nice.
And it has been rewritten so many times, and it is not at all like the original version, but it is so much better.
Yeah. I've experienced that with many series. Internet Crush was written originally in 2018. And it was a movie, and it was completely different. It had the same premise. It has the like basic like blurb that the new Internet Crush does, but like I completely rewrote the series and also merged it with another series I wrote in 2018 called Echo High, and like just like merged them and then made them way more polished, way better. And
I think I have caught Internet Crush.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's something that took a long time for me to get the premise the way it is today, and I have zero regrets about how it is now. Like, I love the story for Internet Crush. Now at the end of the series, I'm like, wow, I can write dialogue so much more naturally than I did at the beginning of the series. But the actual like the writing of like the world and the characters, I'm really happy that I took as much time as I did in the beginning, and that I had as much practice as I did writing these characters, because I really love the characters. Like, the characters are genuinely one of my favorite parts of the series, because they feel like real people, because I took so long to really flesh them out. And so, yeah, I just really, it's my baby. I really love it.
Yeah. Projects are like children for creatives.
They really are.
Okay,
I'm a mother to many.
The only difference though is you can have a favorite project of yours.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, okay. So I have 2 cats. I'm a cat mom, and you can never say who your favorite cat is, but we all have one. You know?
Yeah.
I love them both.
Cat is.
I love them both equally, but like my boyfriend, it's been established. My boyfriend like has a closer bond with one of them, and I have a closer bond with the other. Like, it's just like that kind of like. Yeah. I've been able to be like, yeah, no, they're not my favorite, because I would never say that about them. Don't worry about it. They're literally sleeping behind me right now.
Oh my God.
I would never pick favorites, but they do know who comes in when I'm literally showering, who will sit in the shower with me because they don't want to leave my side. Like, there's literally like, I have a Velcro cat type of situation.
That's amazing.
And the other one is sleeping on my boyfriend while he's playing video games. Like, it's just like the situation that happens.
No. So we talked a lot about Blockbuster.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just talk about how much of a lifesaver Blockbuster is? Because the project I was just talking about, the only reason it never got uploaded was because I could never get body actors. Because during that time, I actually tried using body actors, but they would never show up to recordings.
Yeah, I hate relying on other people. That's one of the other reasons why I've never used body actors for more than like one episode. I tried in the past, and I could just never, like, Blockbuster has been really a saving grace, because I just toughed it out and like figured out a way to do it literally by myself, doing these body acting stuff. But like, Blockbuster really helps make it look so much more natural and make it actually look like other people are there. It's a lifesaver.
And honestly, I'm excited for something my course is working on right now. Do you know that he's currently making a 1.20 version for Fabric?
I did see that. A lot of people were also talking about how they're requesting him to make it not Fabric and make it Forge. I
won't deny. It does tick me off a little bit that it has Fabric, but there's only one reason that I'm actually perfectly okay with Fabric having it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Fabric doesn't have an NPM. Like, Fabric does not have a way to get HD skins, and if Blockbuster gets made for it, that is their only way they'll ever have it.
That makes sense. That's also just a very smart thing to do as the creator of it, to be like, okay, I'm going to go with Fabric, because that way even more people will be using my mod, you know, like that kind of stuff, as well as just like, I know that it runs smoother, like mods typically run smoother with Fabric. I'm just a Forge girl. through and through. I've just been using Forge for a really long time. I'm also like, when I do something a certain way, it's really hard for me to do it a different way. So I'll probably stick with 1.12.2. But hey, I'm so happy for everyone who gets to use the 1.20 fabric version when it's fully out.
Yeah, no, because like when I join like SMPs, right? Mm-hmm. Or like I haven't joined SMP in a while, but like when I did, whenever like we'd be using fabric and there wasn't an NPM counterpart, I was just like, oh, I have to have a pixel skin. Because like my girlfriend is literally an HD skin maker. I still have to pay her. Well, I choose to.
Just buy her food. Just buy her food.
I choose to pay her. Like, she is an HD skin maker, and her skins are really good, and she doesn't, and I know she really doesn't like it when I have to go to other people for skins.
She's like, you're cheating on me with other skin makers?
I understand it, because it's like... Yeah. But, like, yeah, it's like with Pixel, because they can do HD, they can't do Pixel.
I get you.
So I always have to go to, like, one of, like, my two other friends who can do Pixel skins to do it.
Yeah. I've had a weird relationship with HD skins. So I do, like, 8-bit HD in Internet Crush, which is basically just, like, for every 1 pixel, there's 4 pixels. So it's, like, slightly higher resolution. In Darling Dormitory, it's fully HD. Well, not fully HD. It's not, like, Ultra HD, but it's, like 1,000... whatever... The typical HD skin resolution. And I've really been having a fun time with it. For a really long time, I had this weird, like I'm being very honest, like, this weird bias towards, like, this distaste for HD skins. And since I've dropped that, I've just been having so much more fun with, like, making skins. Let me genuinely.
Because, like, you say you do that way.
Yeah.
Let me just send you what my HD skin looks like. This is my skin.
Yeah.
It is very HD.
Yeah, which I still personally, I like the very square features, because that's one of the reasons why I love, like, storytelling in Minecraft. I'm not trying to make it look like something else. I want it to still look like Minecraft.
Oh no.
But I completely understand the appeal of, like, the Ultra HD now, which before I was like, who would like that? And I'm like, I get it now. I'm like, okay, I understand now, you know?
No, because I like the blocking features too, which is one reason, like, my girlfriend offered to make them round eyes, but I said no, I want the rectangles.
Yeah.
Because, like I still, like, adore the blocky features, and, like, my HD skin, I was like, I don't want him to have round eyes. Mm-hmm. Like, I still kind of want to keep the face very Minecraft-y.
Yeah, I really like, and this is just personal preference. I really like traditional Minecraft, like outfit resolution with HD eyes, and then, like, having small details, like if there's a tattoo or a scar, like, that's kind of like where I found my comfy space of using HD skins, because I'd only seen it, like, all or nothing. I'd only seen, like, Ultra HD and then, like, regular pixel skins. And so having that kind of, like, I have, like, very pretty HD eyes, and I have, like, the ability to have more detail of, like, if a character has, like, a necklace that's important to their character that, like, has some sort of tie to, like, a family member or something, like, I can actually make it look like how it's supposed to look, like if it was like a drawing, but I don't have to go, like, balls to the walls, like, fully in HD if I don't want to, which I've really liked accepting that, like, it's okay, you don't have to do all or nothing. As we've established, there's no wrong way to do.
There's no wrong
way. Which has been a long journey of accepting.
Pixel skins, I will say this, pixel skins take way less time.
They do take way less time, but that doesn't mean they're any less, like, they're any less impressive. Like, I've seen some really cool really well done skins. One of my friends, Mumachu, does a series called Cursed Legends of Hedera, and she has like traditional Minecraft skins in it, but the ways she gets so creative, she's a really good like traditional skin maker, and the way she gets so creative to be able to like, she accepts the limitations that like regular skins give her, and she finds cool and creative ways to make it work when there's supposed to be a more detailed aspect of that. And I'm just like, good for you. I don't have the brain power for that, but like, that's awesome.
I will say, do you want to know something really unfortunate? I used to be able to do pixel skins. Do you want to know what happened to that skill?
What?
So, I used to do skin making. And basically, and I even like learned how to do HDIs. But then I started filming and like getting into like the more filming and the editing aspect of like making videos. And I forgot how to skin make. So everything I learned for skin making left my brain, and everything for filming and editing went in.
Yeah. I've always been very much like, editing was my favorite part early on because I used to do stop motions when I was really little. And so like editing was my first thing I did. And then I did this is so embarrassing, but I was like 7, 8, so like I cut myself some slack. I did like whiteboard animations. Like I would like take pictures of a whiteboard so that way I could change between deals really easily, and I could like make these little like stick figure animations. And I would like interact with it, so like it would be like me like flicking the like stick figure character, and then they go like flying off the screen and shit like that. Like it was like, I had a lot of fun with it when I was little. And so I learned editing very young. I also vlogged when I was really young. I've just been a YouTube kid my entire life.
I didn't learn about YouTube until I was in the 7th grade.
Really? That is crazy to me.
I also didn't have a phone until 7th grade.
Well, that makes sense why you didn't know about YouTube until 7th grade.
Like, I stayed off of YouTube for a very long time. The only interaction I ever had with YouTube was, like, when my older sibling would, like, pull up YouTube on our old Windows 7.
I see. Okay.
So that was my only thing of YouTube. And when I say only thing of YouTube, do you remember like Charlie the Unicorn and like Harry Potter Puppet Pals?
Harry Potter Puppet Pals! Oh my god, yes.
That was all I had of YouTube before I got a phone.
I get you. I was definitely the opposite of that. I was very much an internet kid. I had an iPod Touch. I didn't have a phone, but I had an iPod Touch, and I had an iPad that was like my sister's old iPad that I got hand-me-down. And then I had a hand-me-down computer from my cousin, who's like a tech boy. And that same cousin gifted me Minecraft, and that same cousin gifted me the microphone I'm talking on right now. He's just been a repeated like part of my career without even knowing it. And so
I just realized something so funny, Izumi.
What?
So we never heard talking about how our childhoods are different.
Uh-huh.
You're only a year older than me.
I'm an year older than you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're only 1 year older than me.
Back in my day, I had iPad since I was a little kid, you see.
Back in my day, you see,
but
we
I'm
didn't
the one.
use Blockbuster for Minecraft. We used
I like how
custom NPCs.
we used custom NPCs back in my day. We'd make them follow us around by making them a follower.
And we used body actors back then.
We didn't have any of this fancy schmancy Blockbuster. Yeah, no, that's really funny too, because like I'm older, but then I'm the one that's like, no, I've always been an internet kid. I had a like.
Yeah, the younger one is the one that didn't have that.
Yep. Hey, I mean, at least you weren't an iPad kid, like an iPad.
Yeah, at least
kid,
I'm not one of those Gen Alphas.
Gen Alpha. At least you're not watching Coco Melon in the restaurant, you know.
I fear for the day that any Gen Alphas become MCRPers.
Listen, if we're alive by then, let's be honest here.
You know, that's true. And then honestly, if they ever do become, they're probably some of the Brian clones. Honestly.
I mean, I feel like they would be a clone of someone else, genuinely. I think they'd be like a my friend Napoleon's like exploding right now in popularity. I feel like they'd be like a Napoleon clone or something. I feel like they'd be like the next whoever in this group is gonna explode, you know?
Oh yeah, isn't it? Oh yeah, no, I remember I was catching Napoleon's new episode of the Hexside thing, and like I literally remember seeing in just the live chat people constantly going, "Is this Aphmau?"
Oh my god.
And just like
Jeez.
I remember seeing that, and I was just like,
we can never escape
"What?
it."
What do you?"
I literally could do anything, and everyone would be like, "Aphmau?" And I'm like, "Huh?" I've stopped seeing it as much because I've gotten like a really strong base of like specific people that I always see in my comments. But anytime a video explodes, that's when I see the Aphmau comments, which means that he's doing well if he's getting Aphmau comments on the reg, you know?
Yeah. The only content creator I ever get compared to, and it's not even like style wise, it's like design wise. And I actually got her to appear on one of my YouTube shorts to make fun of the people who say it. People say that I'm a Lady Mania clone.
Oh, I love Lady Mania. She's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, I actually got her to appear on one of my YouTube shorts so we could make a joke about it.
Lovely. Gender bent Lady Mania.
God, not you.
Hey, I got Pink Diamond Diva a lot when I was younger because of the pink hair. Because pink hair character.
I loved Pink.
I loved Pink. I know she goes by Pink now. Back in my day, she went by Pink Diamond Diva. And I was obsessed with Minecraft Life. Oh my god. Oh really? Whoa.
Yeah. You would imagine the amount of Rumi's University recordings I was at.
Oh wow.
Sadly, you can't tell because it had my old persona, but where I have.
Hey, we've all been there.
Streak,
we've all been there.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's been a part of like many like bigger Minecraft roleplay creators, and then like he just is like, well, no one knows because it was a different username. Because now he's like in the voice acting world, like the actual voice acting, like traditional voice acting world, and he goes by Gabe Lancaster. He has like a whole like, you know, like it's like him, you know, and so like his like Minecraft username that he picked when he was like 12, like no one knows that that's him, for better or for worse, you know.
Yeah. Honestly, the only unfortunate thing with Pink recordings is all the body actors are muted during them. That's like the only unfortunate thing. Like, it's not bad. I understand it because it would possibly distract some of the actors, but
yeah.
But yeah, like, so I understand it. To be fair, I would also have body actors muted if I had them.
Yeah, it's really okay. I've recorded with body actors, I think like 2-3 times. And then I recorded with just like one of my close friends in the past. Like we would just record together and we'd help each other with specific scenes when we really needed another person there. That we both didn't use Blockbuster or have body actors, so we would just like, we had a pact, you know, like a blood pact, a sisterhood going on. And so the few times I had like body actors though, I had like a bunch of my like friends who also body acted in other people's stuff, and it was the most chaotic filming sessions ever, and I would get a quarter of the work done in like 3 times the time. And that was when I realized I'm not like, okay, so I got called bossy when I was a kid, and so it like counteracted, and now I'm really scared of seeming bossy. And so even like back then I was like even more heightened of like, I was really scared of seeming bossy, but like I'm literally their boss. Like in that situation I'm supposed to be bossing them around and telling them what to do, but I would be so scared of like ruining the vibe or making someone upset that I would just like let them keep goofing off even when we were supposed to be recording. And that was when I was like, okay, this doesn't work well for me. I'm just gonna record by myself. So that way I don't make anyone upset.
I was the same way. Like, I'm getting better at it now. Like, but back in the early days, it was really hard for me to be a boss towards the people in my production team. Because, like, I was like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to, like, be commanding or anything. And nowadays, I'm like, I have to be bossy because my admin, like, my manager for my production team makes fun of me for this constantly. So for the span of like for a whole 5 months, a VA kept not sending their lines and kept making like new excuses for not sending in their lines.
Been there.
And like at some point, my manager was just like, "Chris, fire them."
Yeah. Which, okay, I've gotten a lot better with. I'm better with confrontation over text. I'm way better with confrontation over text. And nowadays I think I could organize it a lot better. But I've been in the same situation, and I have a 3-strike rule. You miss 3 times in a row, you are no longer a part of the studio, and you are going to be like, it's going to be like, I'm so sorry, but no, I'm not sorry. Actually, I shouldn't say I'm sorry in that in that message. I should just say, hey, because of the lack of consistency with your schedule being available to be a voice actor, a part of our crew. I am going to recast your character. Thank you so much for being a part of the studio, though. You know, like, leave it at that.
So my team had a 3-strike system during this time, and it still does. But I was
you
too
just
scared
didn't
to
do it.
enforce it.
Yeah. Yeah. Threats only go so far.
I will say, I think one of my most professional firing messages I ever made was when I had, I won't mention it here. But anyone in MCRP and TV know of the one type of drama that plagues the entire community when it happens. At some point, I had to fire a person for doing a very bad thing in my team. Because actually, I talked about it in the last podcast episode I did. Actually, gotcha. So take your guess, Izumi. What is the one piece of MCRP drama that plagues things?
Yeah, no, I completely understand, and that's why I don't cast a lot of minors, because I don't want anyone to be put in a situation where I don't know someone is a bad person until it's too late.
Yeah, so with my team, I only hire 16+.
Yeah, that's typically the rule I do as well. I like 18+, but I will accept 16 and 17 if I feel like they mesh well with the team still.
Yeah, it's definitely like hiring minors. It'll always have like a bit of a like yes or a no-ish, because it's like it has to work out.
Yeah,
because sadly the MCRP community has a huge issue, and is literally the thing that like a good amount of people who aren't in MCRP is the only thing they know about it for. Because I think there's like a tweet about it every week by this point. But yeah, so like I had to fire them. But in the fire message, I didn't specify what for. I basically, because I didn't want them to try and contact me about it, because I just wanted to fire them, cut contact, because I was also a minor at this point.
Yeah.
So I was like, you've been fired due to reports that we have gotten about unruly behavior. Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye. Have a shit day. Yeah. So actually I have a little story about something relating to that, about me being a minor and there being someone who was being inappropriate. There was a guy, I'm not gonna say any names because this is a long time ago. Don't even know if he's still online under this name. Don't even know if he knows I exist still. Just in case though. There was a guy who was a voice actor for a main character in Minecraft High School. So this was before the break. I was 14, I want to say, 13, 14. So I was like young. And I had already been through like people being trying to be inappropriate with me. And I was very good at blocking them immediately and shutting it down. Or, banning them from my chats and stuff like that. Like I'd been used to that. I'd been on YouTube for a long time. You shouldn't have to get used to that, but that's besides the point. But there was a guy who was a voice actor for me. And so it was a little different of a circumstance. And he had started dating one of my friends who was my age. And he was 17 and he turned 18 while they were dating, and she was 13. And I did not know his age. And so we would just talk like it was just normal, right? We were just like talking, you know, it was like a typical thing. Suddenly she starts talking about how controlling he is and like venting to me about her boyfriend. And I was like, well, then you should break up with him. Easy, right? And it was like a back and forth for a while of her not wanting to hurt his feelings and stuff, because she was a 13-year-old girl and she felt like, oh, this guy likes me and I'm just being ungrateful. It's like, no, you feel uncomfortable, so don't hang out with them anymore. But their characters were dating in my show. And this was like a cinematic role play, so they didn't have to interact directly, but it still made things uncomfortable. And understandably, I understood where my friend was coming from. And then he started being inappropriate in group chats, like group video calls with me, her, and one of our other friends who was a young girl at the time. And like, I will not go into the details, but just inappropriate things and gestures and things. And then my friend broke up with him after that call because it really like made her feel uncomfortable, and we all congratulated her. We literally like threw like a little mini party, happy that she was no longer dating him. That's how bad their relationship was. And then I removed him from the server. I was like, I didn't even give him an explanation because all of us felt so uncomfortable, and all of us were so much younger than he was, and he was now an adult, you know, at this point. And so I just banned and blocked him on everything. And I told my server, we're recasting for this character because of inappropriate blah, 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 you know, like a very basic explanation so everyone understood what was going on. I recasted the voice actor, but that is something that I think a lot of people, that side of the dynamic is also not very talked about. A lot of people, when they are thinking of those types of dynamics, they think of the power dynamic that's a part of a lot of these. And that is really scary, and that happens so often. It's really sad that happens. But there's also, like, I was hiring full-grown men to be a part of my cruise. Why were full-grown men applying for a 13-year-old studio? That's another, it's a whole other part of it. These people slithering their way into studios because they want to chat with these young kids, you know? And so that's like a whole other thing that I feel like I won't obviously go into. I didn't think that was another part I had to look out for. I thought as long as I block and ban people that are being inappropriate with other minors. And that was another thing. I would get more protective over like the other minors that were watching me than I would get over myself, which was not how it should have been. I should have been just as protective over myself. But I was like, oh, they can say whatever they want. It doesn't faze me because I'm mature for my age. It's like, it doesn't matter. You're still 13. You're still a 13-year-old. You shouldn't have to go through that. So block their ass.
My first experience, so sadly this person did not get kicked from the team I was in with him for a very long time.
Oof.
Because, so what didn't help with this person specifically, so in the studio his behavior was very normalized. Like his whole like I guess like his bit was making like inappropriate comments towards like everybody.
God. Ew.
Like that was his whole bit, and it kind of just became a very normalized thing in the studio.
Yeah, and that's when it gets hard, because when it's normalized, you don't think there's anything wrong.
But what happened was, I became a very prime target of his with these types of jokes. And then they started to go further than jokes, and then, I never reported it, due to the fact that, like, I was constantly told, oh yeah, that's just what he does, that's normal. So I was like, well, I know if I report it, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah. But
then the one day, where this person's jokes directly target what the like manager of the studio and like make him uncomfortable, the guy gets kicked out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I understood to a degree, but it also pissed me off.
Understandably.
Because I was like, man. And I will say, technically I could say this person's name because the thing is he's a terrible person. Most of the community already knows he's a terrible person.
Ooh.
And he also rebranded, and I don't know what he rebranded to.
Oh, that's a whole other thing. Is like so many people rebrand in this community when shit goes crazy.
Yeah.
Or just for fun. Like, so you don't know, okay, who's getting canceled and who's just having a fun time rebranding.
Like, personally, I rebranded my name. Like, I was not always ChrisNocturne. My name used to be an actual ripoff of someone else's. Like,
fun.
My name used to be Chris Dreams. It was a complete ripoff of April Dreams. It was a literal ripoff.
Uh-huh.
Who I used to be a fan of. Keyword, yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
So the person who did this, have you ever heard of the infamous name of Cloud Shift Gaming?
I have not.
No? Okay.
No.
Basically, very bad guy.
Not a swell fellow.
Not a good guy. So, to every listener out there, if you ever meet a person who tries to call themselves Cloud Shift Gaming, don't.
Run.
Run. Because here's the other thing. I learned about this after he already got kicked from the studio.
Uh-huh.
So do you want to know how he got publicly outed? Because it was so funny. Well, it was terrible.
It was terrible, but it was funny.
Like what happened, like how he got caught was terrible. But the humor is in, like, why the fuck would you do that? Right?
That's that's a thing that is just so infuriating. It's like, it sucks that these people are horrible, but it's like, are you stupid? Like, sometimes it's just like, are you fucking dumb? Because, like, they, out themselves half the time.
Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, so what happened? So he got in a Discord VC, like a public Discord VC.
Uh-huh.
While he was drunk.
Oh, no.
And I'll bleep this out of the actual audio. And he turned on his webcam to reveal him.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God.
And, like, it's fucking awful, but also I'm just like, how stupid can you be? I mean, I guess you're drunk, so, like, I understand how
things
you
are
got
sober
that
thoughts,
stupid.
though. Drunk actions are sober thoughts, so like...
Oh, yeah, no. That... I remember one time we outed, like, me and a group of people outed somebody, and his excuse was he was drunk when he did this stuff. And I'm just like, buddy, then you don't... Drunk people don't just do things because it's like, oh, that's a thing. No, they're sober thoughts that just don't have the, like,
you don't have a filter. You're like a toddler. You have no impulse control. It's like
you just don't have the impulse control to stop your thoughts.
It's like you still would have wanted to do it before.
Like, being drunk ain't an excuse, bro. It's more of an action. It's actually more concerning.
Like, I'm a very my emotions are very heightened as a person. And so, like, if I'm really happy, I cry from happiness. If I'm really sad, I cry from sadness. I just, like, I'm very, like, every emotion's very extreme for me. And also, I overthink a lot, just normally. And so I can only imagine, because I totally have never drank. What do you mean, cops? I've never drank before. This is a hypothetical situation.
I have also never been drunk. Totally.
Totally. But, like, I can imagine the hypothetical situation if I was ever drunk. I would just be even more emotional and even more, like, are they mad at me? You know, like, type of stuff. And that's exactly, like, it's just that. It's that exact thing of, like, if you are a scumbag, if you're drunk, you're going to be even more of a scumbag. That's just how it works.
No, it's insane. And don't you worry, people. If you join the MCTV network server, you'll be safe.
True. I actually though, because literally one of our rules is if we feel you are unsafe around minors, we will remove you from the server immediately.
We will gut you like a fish.
We will gut you. We will find you and we will kill you. No, but we will remove them from the server immediately. Our goal is to keep it a safe place. Obviously, still be safe out there. We cannot vet every single person out of the over 500 people that are on the server to make sure everyone's a good person. But we really try to make sure that if we hear accusations about someone, we get to the bottom of it, we find evidence, and we remove them as soon as we have that evidence. We are very on it. All my moderators are very much on the same page if we want this to be a safe space, no matter where you are in your life.
At least y'all's kind of look into it, because I will say there is a pet peeve of mine when it comes to some moderation teams where they only listen to one side of the argument and immediately believe. Here's the thing. Obviously, if you sent proof of this incident,
yes, we always have to have evidence. Yes,
I would believe it immediately, if there's evidence. But if you just come to me being like, "Hey, this person did a bad thing," I'd be like, "Do you have evidence?" No.
Yeah. That's it sucks too.
I'd be
because
like, "All right, I'll look into it."
If they, exactly, and it sucks too because if they're telling the truth, I feel bad. But if they're not telling the truth, it could ruin someone's perception online, and so you have to play that game of okay, do you have evidence? If not, does anyone else have evidence? And if not, can you get me evidence if it happens again? Can you be more on it? And that's the hard thing about voice chats. If things happen in voice chats, that's why my mods, a lot of the time, if there's a certain amount of people, they'll join to make sure nothing bad happens. So we're always kind of on it to make sure everything's okay.
It sucks when things happen in VCs. Because obviously most of the time you shouldn't be recording in a VC. But, but I mean, when you do and it actually works out in the end for you, I appreciate it. But
yes.
I will always be maybe a little bit concerned as to why you were recording that in the first place. But
if you're oh, this guy's being weird, I'm gonna record to make sure if anything really weird happens that
makes sense.
The people know. That makes sense. But if it's oh, I know, I record every single conversation I have on VCs. It's
I'm recording this VC right now.
Oh, interesting. Good to know. I never will speak freely ever again.
I will never speak freely ever again.
Yeah, stay safe out there though, because some people are on. They're trying to find anything and anything.
No, and honestly, audience members, you'd be shocked as to sometimes a bad person will leave and then years later try and return.
Yeah,
you would not believe that is a thing. You would not believe that is the type of thing that happens in a block game community.
Yeah, it's just do they think leaving makes it all okay? And then coming back is I'm better now. What do you mean? What do you mean I was canceled 3 years ago? I'm good now. It's huh?
In some terms, I can understand it of if the thing you do, if the thing you did wasn't bad enough to tarnish you for all of eternity, then I can
there's degrees. There's degrees, but if it's the main thing, that's the very big thing that people get canceled for, because this is a community that has a lot of kids in it, then that's a completely different situation. It's you can't just be I've changed and I've learned my ways. It's but you still did that.
Yeah, there's times where it's if you made an insensitive joke and you got canceled, but then 5 years later you come back.
It's I know now that was insensitive. It's okay, cool. Don't do it again. And you're good.
I can believe a 5-year change. Hell, I can believe a 2-year change.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much as a 5-year, but I could believe a 2-year change.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the main thing people get canceled for in MCRP, it's I can't really forgive you for that action, even if it did happen 5 years ago.
Yeah. It's no matter how long it's been, if you're if you abuse in any way, shape, or form, it's really you're not going to redeem yourself from that very easily. You gotta work really hard if you really want to try and redeem yourself from that.
If you try, I will at least give you more respect if you try, but to redeem yourself for your actions, But it's when people say they've it's like when people say they've changed, but then didn't actually is when I'm
it's like, well, your therapist doesn't work.
When your therapist doesn't work. I've never been to therapy.
Isn't working.
But never been to therapy.
Hey, neither have I, but I know I probably should go eventually. Because I have mental disorders. I
got issues. You got them too. Oh, actually, let me get your opinion on... What's your opinion on musical genres for MCRP? Like, if people actually try to do musicals.
Okay, here's the thing. I love musicals. I was a theater kid growing up.
Yeah.
But... you have to know how to mix music. And you have to get people who know how to sing. Please. If you're just doing it for fun with your friends, hey, I'm not gonna say anything. Okay? You do you have fun. But don't expect to be known as a great singer if you're not a good singer.
So my fans know this about me, and I've told them it. Mm-hmm. I plan on having a musical number at least once in every single series I do.
Period. Fun. We love that. Musical moment.
And literally, for the comedy, I plan on there being a full-on musical episode.
Fun.
Where literally the title of the episode will be Not Canon.
It reminds me of the CW, Flash musical episodes.
Oh, no, seriously, the CW musical episodes were fun. They may not have been good.
They're not good, but they're fun. They're a fun time, for sure.
They're a fun time to watch. The Flash musical episode is honestly probably the best one the CW made.
That is true, because a lot of them, like Running Home to You, bop.
Running Home to You, bop.
Super Friend, bop. There are some good, because they're actual singers. They actually do know how to sing. Jeremy Jordan knows how to sing. He's literally a Broadway singer.
Sometimes I cannot believe the fact that Jeremy Jordan was a member of the Supergirl cast.
Gustin Grant, is that his name? Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin. Yeah.
Gustin Grant. Fucking.
Gustin Grant.
Completely dyslexic. Just swapped his name. Okay.
Um.
Gustin. I said it again. Grant Gustin. Thomas is his real name. Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas Grant Gustin. He was on Glee. So he did tap for years. He's a singer guy. And so, that also made sense. And then, I don't know if...
The girl from Supergirl was also on Glee.
The girl from Supergirl. She was on
Darren
Glee.
Criss
She was Marley, right? Yeah, Darren Criss. Yeah. Yeah, there were so many. Yeah, no. I'm surprised we've gone through this rabbit hole. I didn't know you knew so much about this.
And no, the guy who played, Malcolm Merlin, that guy, he's also a professional singer.
Yeah, so that's why that episode was so good.
They actually had
good singers. They had great singers. Oh, we love Jeremy Jordan. By the way, he is... Oh, chef's kiss. He's probably one of my favorite Broadway singers. Genuinely.
Yeah. I wonder why Jeremy Jordan's currently in a high popularity right now.
I wonder why. I wonder if it has something to do with this little indie project I've heard of.
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Wait. Editor, who's me, do a little joke where we have a Zoomies profile picture on the, Also, forgive my Audacity audio now, because my fucking neighbor's mowing their fucking lawn. But,
it's okay. If they've gotten this far, they're committed.
I do a little Zoomy Photoshop of a Zoomy, introducing you to the MCTV network, being looks like you could use some help from the big boss of Boston.
5 stars.
Yep. 5 stars, flawless, no drama at all.
Yep, that's me. Also, Light Yagame in the Death Note musical. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I did.
Death Note musical. Oh, where's the justice?
We love
when
musicals.
The guilty all go free. Oh my god, I am such a theater kid. I'm actually making a musical animated show right now that I can't talk much about, but I am making it with a bunch of animators.
You heard it here, folks. You just got the inside scoop.
The inside scoop.
No, I have always loved musicals.
Same.
And I will say, I'm shocked that more people don't try to actually adapt musicals into MCRPs.
There are so many great musicals that genuinely I'm like, okay, that I would watch because I want more of it. Because musicals, it's such a small amount, of the of a thing.
My friend Ovek, he made an adaptation of Be More Chill into MCRP.
I love Be More Chill.
Obviously, he didn't have the musical numbers. Basically, he adapted, the musical into an MCRP form.
Come on, go. Yes.
And I body acted Jenna Roland. Which was very fun. Uh-huh. I love Be More Chill so much.
I'm a theater kid through and through. I was in a lot of theater growing up, so I love musicals.
I will say so there are 2 comments about me that people have said about my voice, right?
Uh-huh.
Either I sound like Jake from Be More Chill.
Okay.
Or they say I have the talking mannerisms of the Squib.
Okay. I
don't agree with the second one. I can see what they mean by Jake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jake makes sense.
But I do not have the mannerisms of the Squib. That guy is too hot to be compared to. But nah, man. MCRP, lovely community.
Indeed, and it's getting lovelier by the day, in my opinion. I think we're really able to sniff out the bad.
All right, let's get MCRP Renaissance. We've had the MCRP Golden Age, and now we're kind of in the we're kind of getting back up there. Let's have the Renaissance.
Indeed. I'm a very strong believer that if someone, just one person, explodes in the Minecraft roleplay community, I'm talking actually explodes in the Minecraft community, gets really up there, multiple hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and they didn't have that, to begin with. I think that it'll spark that initial thrust into a renaissance, possibly.
Honestly, out of everyone I know, it'll either be me, you, or my friend Rex.
Rex, I could 100% see. His episode Rex, 1 of Skyline. Yeah, no, I know Rex.
Rex is total, man. That man inspires me to do so many good things.
Yeah, no, Rex, I think also because he does it in a unique way. First of all, I've seen the first episode and a half of his Skyline.
His POV specifically, I assume. Yeah.
Yes. And I've seen bits and snippets from Cam's perspective as well. Mm-hmm. And listen, okay? I've talked one-on-one with them prior to this. I just started talking to you, okay?
Yeah, that's fair. Too fair. I have some of the shortest episodes.
Which, hey, more palatable. Because they're long episodes to get through, my friend. But they're good.
Yeah. They're so good.
I genuinely think that, I made a video. Not to shout out my own videos or anything, but I'm just going to reference it briefly. It was what happened to... Okay, it was one of 2 videos. I don't remember exactly which one I talked about this in. It was either no, I actually do know which one it is. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Wait, no, I don't. It's okay. It's either the how to make a Minecraft roleplay first person custom NPCs tutorial, or it was the video essay I did on FNAF series and the oversaturation of them. It was one of those videos, and at the end I talked about how Minecraft roleplays. I don't know why I said no to a second. I was like, no, not Minecraft. Minecraft roleplays. Yeah. There are so many really good creators that I feel don't get enough attention when they make really good content. Rex was one of those that I talked about. And so many of the Skyline creators commented on that and were like, thanks for shouting out Skyline Rem.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that video, but now I need to go do that.
Yeah, I'm a part of Lunera, which Rex is a part of, and like Marshy and Swan I've been a part of with a lot of you. It's how we became friends on Discord.
Yeah.
And so like that has kind of like made me actually have like know these people a little bit more than just like surface level of like I know of them. We've like commented on each other's things before.
Mm-hmm.
But like now I've actually like been in a call with a lot of these people. And so like I shouted out like Rex's Skyline Rem. I really want to find the deal because I really want to be able to properly
Yeah, you got this.
like explain who I talked about, because there was another person I really wanted to comment on, because Napoleon is one that I also think that could explode in popularity enough to like be that next renaissance, because he gained like 15,000 subscribers from the time I initially found his channel to the time like we started hanging out.
Yeah, no, Napoleon, I've
like from 15 to 30,000 subscribers he gained.
I've seen Napoleon stuff. I will say it is very good. It's not fully my cup of tea, because to be fair, I don't always absorb MCRPs. Like, I watch them because I have a series that I plan on making called If MCRPs Were Realistic. So I try to consume some so I can maybe think of some like joke material.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know what video it was now. Okay.
Yeah.
It was What Happened to Minecraft Diaries. I did like a deep dive on how Minecraft Diaries is never coming back, even though a lot of people think it is. But that was just my opinion.
Yeah.
And in that description, I talked about Internet Crush because it was like about to come out at that point, I'm pretty sure, or like it was just coming out, something like that. And then Mumuchu's Cursed series, Mingot's Not Dumb's Angel's Touch, Lady Mania's Club Eden, and Mystic Hills, if you really want to go far back, and then Rex's Skyline Rem. There are many more that I would add to this list now, but this was September 15th, 2023, so it's, it's been months and months since this, but there are so many people that I'm like, you have so much potential, and if you would have been in the golden age, you would have been like at 1 million subscribers already.
Definitely.
Like, there's so many people that I'm like, if you like, it's like a right person, wrong time type of situation.
Yeah. I mean, also,
but rather with a relationship, it's with the YouTube algorithm.
Skyline especially probably would not be able to do a lot of the stuff it can do in the golden age.
That is true. That is very true.
Because like Blockbuster didn't exist, and like those types of things did not exist.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of that type of stuff would not be able to occur. And also Skyline Rem itself, at least personally, I think it's very impressive because it is live.
And I think that's part of the appeal with why so many people, when they found Rex's part 1, it felt nostalgic. It felt like when roleplays were like when I watched Minecraft Diaries season 1. Like it felt like, oh, like it has like the high quality aspects, but it has these like unedited, long, like first person scenes as well.
Yeah, and then cinematics,
and it was like this very fun, and then cinematics with the really cool Blockbuster usage, and like I remember when I saw the like Kraken in his perspective, I was like, oh my god, I need to get better at Blockbuster.
Yeah, I will not.
I was like, I need to figure that out.
I am not as good at Blockbuster as Candy is, because like Candy's the one who does all the Blockbuster for that. I'm not as good. I want to be, but it will take a while. But I know for a fact I will not reach that for a good bit.
Yeah.
Because like what Candy manages to do with Blockbuster is impressive, and like I will always give her a clap for it.
Yeah. Same.
Like
clapping half
and then
to
like
her.
Napoleon, I will say, in terms of like Napoleon, I loved Napoleon stuff. I just couldn't finish it. But like the visual quality alone,
The visuals are like I that is his strongest category for sure. Like he is amazing. Him and Jem are really, really good at making beautiful visuals.
Yeah.
Like genuinely beautiful visuals.
I was like, God, these visuals look so good.
Yeah.
And like, for the fact that I could tell it was BSL as well is impressive, because like I stopped using BSL because I've found that I like Complementary's lighting more.
Same. I also like the customization of Complementary.
Yeah.
It has a lot of different things you can customize
Like,
about
I
it.
could tell that those are BSL shaders, and I was just like, how did you do this with BSL shaders?
Yeah. Yeah. They're very talented at
Like-
making the visuals genuinely perfect.
I'm gonna have to
Genuinely
guess
perfect.
that they went further than just using the editing tools that it gives you in game and went into the config.
I have no
'Cause, like-
clue. I wouldn't be surprised though.
Because like I've had to edit complementary shader config because it kept making normal glass invisible, so I had to go into the config and like fix it. Which config editing is very scary, but honestly is way easier than you'd think it would be. But like I have to guess that they had to have done that, because I do not know how they pulled off some of the visuals with just the settings BSL gives you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, honestly, if I am ever in a call with Napoleon, I'm going to ask, how the hell did you get your shaders to do that?
Well, guess what? There's actually a little server that he likes to frequent the VC
Oh,
of.
I know.
A little birdie told me.
A little bird. Go join the MCTV network, everyone.
Genuinely, I will say, I don't think there's ever been an easier way to make connections with YouTubers that know what they're doing, like in the MCTV community, than MCTV network. I didn't expect that to be what it became either. I expected it to be smaller creators, primarily, but we have multiple creators with like over 1 million subscribers in there now, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Excuse
Which,
me? I'm like,
yeah, and the MCRP community one used to be kind of like that. Like, you could actually directly, like, ask big creators questions and they would answer. It's just not the case anymore. Like, I remember, Afmao would actually frequently answer questions in there. Because she used to be in there, but then, like, people, like, kept on messaging her.
Yeah, that's a big thing, is like privacy when you're a big creator on a public server. It's like you have to make sure that your DMs are disabled for people you don't know.
She eventually
it's
left it
a whole thing.
because it was either she'd constantly get DMs or people would constantly ping her in the server, because like you could actually just ping the content creators for the Q&As. And like, because like I understood fully, like I was like, okay, I understand why you left, because obviously so many people are going to want to ask questions about you.
Yeah.
Considering you,
100%.
to this day, kind of still have the title of the MCRP queen.
She is, yeah. And that is something that I found Minecraft roleplays through Afmao. It's like I always have that respect for her, and like she always will have a special place in my heart. And like she has been a part of like Game Theory's St. Jude live streams and stuff like that, like charity streams and stuff. Like she seems like a genuinely like very like, she really cares about kids, hence why she has so many. Hence why she has a little army.
Like I haven't I know of Afmao. I've never had a special connection to her. I've personally always had a more like connection to Pink, because
I could see that.
Because I found Pink's roleplay during a very bad time in my life. I was kind of depressed, and like literally what helped me was her Minecraft Life series. If you remember that one.
Same. Yeah, I love that's the series that I found her through.
Like that's what I found her through, and it helped me through a very depressive part of my life.
Yeah.
And like I even said that in the comment section on like the like finale of it all. And she literally commented and was just like, yeah, no problem for helping you out.
No problem, dude. You're welcome.
It was such an important series to me, which is why Pink will always be held dear to my heart. And honestly, I'm very happy that I actually get to work with her, even though if it's only as a body actor.
That's awesome. But she seems really, like, genuinely, like, a chill person. Like, I've never had a personal interaction with her.
She's chill.
I was a very big fan of her Minecraft Life series, and haven't kept up with her as much in the recent times, but I watched that, and I watched a bit of Roomies. But she genuinely seems like a very, like, just chill, down to earth person from what I've seen.
She makes it more inappropriate jokes during her recordings than you'd think she would.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
Like, you would not imagine the amount of things that have been said in those recordings, but then again, I think
that's another reason why
we all have that. I think we've all yelled at a Blockbuster model or two before.
Oh, 100%. I also when I did In Between Realms, which was like a first-person improv series I did, the amount of jokes we made that were just like so unhinged, truly. Those were some of my favorite recording sessions, genuinely, of like anything I've ever done, because it was just so fun. It was so fun. It was really hard to keep up, because it's something that I can't do by myself, and I'm a very introverted person, but I really, really love recording episodes for In Between Realms, and I would love to continue it. We have more episode ideas, but I just haven't had the space to be able to like sit down and be like, okay, this is when we're recording again. Like, I have to recast one of the characters because their life got really hectic as well, so it's like a couple things keeping me from being able to be like, yeah, let's just do it, you know? It's like I have to like step by step figure it all out.
I believe you'll get through it.
You know? Thank you.
But yeah, we're starting to come up on time here, so is there anything that you would actually like to ask me before we end off, if there's any curiosity?
Okay. This is something that I was just genuinely wondering. What made you want to invite me on the podcast?
Let's see. So
you can be as honest as you want to be, or as face value as you want to be.
Okay, so not only have I been dying to at least have a chat with you, because like literally the day you sent me a friend request, I was like, oh damn, a new person to talk to. So like, because I love talking to people I'm friended to, so that's first off. Second off, I heard from some people that you were a very like chill person, so I was like, okay, you could be a fun guest on the podcast. Because I was like, I wanted to like start, because like you're the first person who like is somebody who I like don't really know that well, who I've invited on. Most of the time I only like invite on my friends who I've like talked to a lot, but like I kind of want to like start like trying to get people who I don't actually talk to on a regular basis.
I get you. Well, I have way more connections than I thought I did, because I've done a lot of like group events recently. So if you ever have specifically like anyone in the community you wanna reach out to, let me know and I can see if they're down.
All right, we'll see. But yeah, and also honestly, this was a very pleasant conversation. I'm sad that it must end in a few minutes.
Yeah, it does not feel like it's been almost 2 hours.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, very much enjoyed my time. Nothing that comes to mind, but it was a pleasure talking with you. It felt very nice getting to know you more and talk about something that I'm really passionate about, because I'm really passionate about people knowing how to do the things they want to do. And yeah, that's basically it.
All right. Well, I hope everyone here enjoyed. Make sure to go check out Izumi. I'll let you say the last part.
Annalisa. Izumi Annalisa.
Go watch Internet Crush. Get it to more views. Do it.
Oh, thank you.
And
it is my most viewed video that is still public. So.
And stay tuned for when they make more content. I hope that this podcast has gotten you all intrigued to possibly go visit their channel, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Izumi, if you want to say anything to the audience.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe.
Oh, I never say subscribe. I'm gonna bleep that out.
Subscribe to him, or else I will come to your house and I will find you.